What's going on, everyone? Eric here from Nomadic Fanatic. I hope you guys are doing well. Did you hear the big news from the CDC? Oh boy, a lot to unpack here. Hey guys, thanks for joining me here on the Nomadic Fanatic channel. I'm going to be uploading this video with some Nomad internet, and I'll put a link in the video description below if you need some mobile unlimited internet. That's how I'm uploading this video from the woods here. It is May 16th, 2021, and if you have not already heard, the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, have just a couple days ago, and maybe 3 days ago, they have reversed and lifted the mask mandate guideline recommendations moving forward with the coronavirus COVID-19. While you may not see anything change where you're at as you're watching this video right now, I can assure you this is huge news for all of us, okay? We have been through the ringer the last year and a half. Many of us have basically just adapted wearing a mask into our normal lives. Many of us traveling, I just carry it in my pocket no matter what because it's kind of hit and miss. It's very different state to state right now. And what's interesting is that here in the United States, because this is where I'm at, so this is what I'm going to talk about a little more, we have put a lot of weight on what the CDC recommends. That is because many of us, myself included, I'm not a scientist, I don't understand the virus or anything like that, so we kind of have been listening to what the CDC recommends a lot here in this country. We've also gone into another we have a new president during the COVID-19, but still as a country, I think we basically still put a lot of weight on what the CDC recommends. But each state is still different. So right now, the CDC has come out, and if you haven't heard the news, you do not have to wear a mask indoors or outdoors anywhere if you are fully vaccinated. But this is still huge news, even if you're not vaccinated, because this is a total flip, and it's still caught so many people and states and authorities and governors off guard. Nobody was ready for it because we have just been in this, some places have just been locked down indefinitely until then, and then you have this major announcement that possibly we are moving away from post-COVID life. I'm going to cut in here real quick and let you know, in case you didn't know, I am vaccinated. Look, I do not want a whole bunch of hate on this channel. I have lost so many friends since getting vaccinated. I will lose hundreds more subscribers just by bringing this back up again. Many of you remember seeing the red Walgreens Band-Aid on my arm right here during my kayak video. I just got my second and final shot here in Missouri, on the road actually, from Walgreens. So I have a vaccine card to travel with that says I am fully vaccinated at this point. That was a personal choice. I, as a traveler, I really don't want to get into it all because people just are so hateful sometimes. Who cares? It was my choice. Am I sitting here saying you should get vaccinated or shouldn't? No. I'm just telling you, I did it. I did it because my line of work and because I want to be able to travel freely. And I want to be able to sit down with old friends and new friends at a table or go into places and be able to have that peace of mind and not offend people. So letting them know that I am vaccinated. However, if you've been watching this channel, you already know. A year ago, back in June, I tested positive for the antibodies for COVID-19, which means I'd already gotten COVID-19 earlier in 2020, probably at a theme park. So I've had those antibodies in my system for over a year now, and that's probably a good thing because the antibodies have been fighting it off and keeping me healthy. You guys know I didn't even get the flu this year. I didn't get bronchitis this season, like nothing. Actually been a pretty good year. I've been darn healthy ever since, but you still have to get vaccinated and you have to have the proof in that card to say you got vaccinated. There are some states that, as you probably already heard, they're not going to be reducing their mask mandate state by state. In fact, just in the last 24 hours, 16 more states just actually reversed their state mandates, listening to the CDC, while you've got other states, and like I said, more than half the country still is a little slow to respond to the CDC's new recommended guidelines. Which to me is ironic and funny, because those states listened to what the CDC said when they forced those mask mandates on us over a year ago, and now that they come back and say you don't need it, those states are like, we can't hear you, CDC. We can't hear you. The mask mandate state. So it's funny that it looks like us as a country, we're not as united states as we should be right now, because many states, in fact, still today, well, this is developing, okay? So maybe by the time you watch this in a couple days, more states will change their perspective on those guidelines through the CDC. But right now, more than half the country doesn't care. Doesn't care. We're keeping those mask mandates in place. And that's okay. I mean, we're all used to just kind of having that mask in our pocket, but me as a traveler, this changes things moving forward, because it was looking a couple weeks ago that, you know, going to the Northeast up through upstate New York and, well, Pennsylvania and West Virginia, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, all these places that, well, they're still kind of shut down. Many of their attractions, many of the things that I'd want to film with you guys, they aren't open. So if I were going to go up there, I'd have to sit in the woods and wear a mask, or sit in a Walmart parking lot wearing a mask and say, well, can't do anything, but we're in the Northeast. I was starting to think that once again the Northeast was off the table, and now I'm literally just planning ahead day by day because things are changing so darn quick. It's pretty crazy. Now also, I'd hope to get a little ahead on my videos so that I could get some RV, like some major RV work done. More on that later. I'm not panicked or anything, but Miranda needs some immediate attention internally. And I wanted to be able to sit down this summer and not be stressed about making videos, whether that means park somewhere and take the car out and make videos at my leisure, or really just basically take some time off this summer and enjoy it. So that's why I was trying to get a little ahead on my videos. But I am in Missouri right now. I want to let you know that I'm constantly going to be looking at what is changing throughout our country, as I think all of us are. I think we're all really, really excited to see this all just start to go back to normal, right? To an extent. Now, again, I'm not saying that you should get a vaccine and then you can hate me for it, or that you shouldn't or something, or that you shouldn't wear a mask, or that you should shame somebody who chooses to wear a mask. I mean, come on, guys. There's no need for that. I saw Jacob the Carpetbagger put out a video recently also on this same topic. I think it's important for us as travelers who are on YouTube to point this out and say, you know, hey, I'm safe, I'm doing everything I can, I'm vaccinated, I'm gonna wear a mask even if you say I have to. And that's the other thing, is it's not just state by state. You guys didn't tell me my hat was crooked. It's not just state to state, it's also certain companies. So like you have the company Goodwill, which is based out of Tacoma, Washington, but they have Goodwill thrift stores everywhere. They even said, we don't give a crap what the CDC says, essentially. Masks are required everywhere in the country at every single store, no matter what. Even if you're vaccinated, we don't care. It's just masks. We just like saying masks. And I'm going to find that out as I travel no matter what. And it's going to be interesting this summer to see how that changes and which companies just randomly say, we kind of don't agree with the CDC. We think masks are just permanent. And that's just going to be the way of it. And we'll just laugh about it and we'll move on and we'll make the most of it, basically. But I want to let you all know, so I don't think I've really officially said I'm vaccinated and shown you that. So I feel like it was the right thing for me to do. It might not be the right thing for you to do. Maybe you're okay with just wearing the mask and staying away from large groups, which is what I do anyway. But I like going to those sometimes a little crowded places, and I especially want to meet my viewers. I want to sit down and have a meal and not have all of my subscribers say, you guys are so irresponsible, no masks inside. Okay, you guys can help me out moving forward here on the channel. When I make those kind of videos and I'm hanging out, and if somebody writes something nasty, say, he's vaccinated. Come on, guys, you know. But I won't hate on you if you want to meet me and wear a mask. I'm not that kind of person. I just have a lot of different options here, and I don't want to necessarily go to places that are shut down or require me to wear a mask when I'm sitting on the toilet inside my RV by myself. You know? Anyway, the point of this video is, man, this is huge for our country, hopefully. As time progresses, as more and more states lift that mask mandate and allow for 100% capacity. I mean, look at Disney World. We've had small victories, okay? You remember when Disney World opened and then they said, okay, well, we're actually going to allow you to take off your mask if your feet are planted and you're enjoying your food or beverage. Then recently, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, Disney World made news again, national news. That's good advertising, right? They said, you can actually take that mask off when you're taking a selfie in the parks. Taking a picture, you take that mask off. But after you take your picture, the mask got to go back on. This is great news, and of course, more advertising and more announcements like that. Now, Disney World right now currently does not have anything in place where they are removing masks from indoors. But did you hear the latest news? You no longer have to wear a mask anywhere outdoor on Disney property. That is the biggest news. I mean, I didn't even think we were close to hearing that from a company as big as Disney. But it's also kind of a slap in the face that you have theme parks running at 100% capacity in Florida with no masks, no social distancing anymore, anything. And then you go up to the Northeast and you have states that have told you you can't even open your restaurant yet. A year and a half after COVID, you can't even serve food. It's just too unsafe. And it's stressful to me. But it also reminds me that I have such diverse viewers that's why I get so much hatred when I go into one of these places like Texas that's open, and then you got someone from one of these other states. It's like, how dare you, Eric? Like, we are not united, okay? We aren't, and that's just the way it is. We never will be. We have different people in government that have different ideas on things, and sometimes we'll listen to the CDC, and other times we'll just, I don't care. I kind of like this whole mask life. Type thing. So let me know in the comments, what was your panic purchase back in March, April last year? Don't say toilet paper. For me, many of you guys remember I was in Florida when the governor announced back then. Florida went back on all that. But at the time, the Florida governor said, all you RVers, you got to go home. Go home. Get out of here. Go home. At the time, the federal government said, stay in place. Florida governor said, all you RVers go back home. The RVers that live full-time in their RV at the Thousand Trails Park. And we're all like, huh? How does, I don't know what to do. It was a strange time for RVers in Florida back in March, April of last year, for sure. I ended up leaving Florida, although Florida, DeSantis and all that, they changed some things later on. But it was tricky at first. Anyway, I went back to Illinois. As many of you know, I bought a house. Yep, full-time RVer buys a house. I call it my storage unit, my arcade, my Mickey Mouse collection storage unit. That was my panic purchase. What was yours? Probably toilet paper. You've also probably seen these pictures of the gas shortage, pictures of people hoarding gasoline and creating more problems because somebody out there, again, this is how this stuff works though, guys. Somebody out there says, there's a toilet paper shortage. And then we, as idiots, because yes, I'm saying we all are idiots, we are a dumb society, we go and buy all the toilet paper because that makes sense. Have you seen these pictures about the gas shortage? People filling up containers and Tupperware and plastic storage things that, I mean, she's going to put that in the trunk and it's going to spill all over the... We do some dumb stuff when we are scared and the government tells us to freak out, or the state tells us to freak out. Or, let's be honest, most of the time, it's the news. It's the news. There never was a toilet paper shortage. We had plenty of toilet paper. We just had idiots taking all of the toilet paper and hiding it in their house. And now we had idiots taking all the gas and hiding it in their garage so that people who need it for their car to go to work don't have it. That's why we had the gas shortage. I mean, the glitch happened, and then it scared people and made them do stupid things. That's how these things work. And it's interesting looking back that one of the things I most remember from this COVID-19 thing is the toilet paper shortage. And I was in that group where I could not find toilet paper. It was tough. It was weird. But it was irritating because when you see images like that, I don't laugh at that. That's not funny to me. These are idiots. These are ignorant, selfish people creating more problems in the world. And there's no need for it. It's stupidity. It's just stupidity. But many times now, we're not thinking for ourselves. The government tells us to wear a mask, you wear a mask. The government says don't wear a mask. Well, some of us are still going to wear masks. That's fine. Like I said, do what you got to do. Anyway, just wanted to make that clear. I'm embracing myself for the onslaught. Just don't be mean, guys. You can tell me I'm stupid and ugly and bald and all that crazy stuff, but don't be hateful. Don't be mean to other people. Let's move forward. Oh, this is so exciting to move forward. And stay tuned. There's some changes coming up, but there's also some really exciting things. So, thanks for joining me, guys. Jax, Tara, Miranda, Tater Tot, and Roxy and I will see you, tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me, guys. Bye-bye.